One of the most impressive sights we all see on the lakes are the huge freighters moving cargo. Most of the time we see them, they're way off on the horizon, but today I'm getting the chance to see one right up close. I'm in Detroit on the banks of the Detroit River, and this is the headquarters of the J.W. Westcott Company, home of the country's only floating zip code. Jim Hogan is the owner of the company today, but it's been in his family for generations. So Jim, tell us who we're looking at here on the wall.
On the wall is the founder of the company, my great-grandfather, Captain J.W. Westcott. He was born in 1848 and created this company in 1874.
Jim's great-grandfather started the business by delivering messages to passing ships in a rowboat. Nearly a century and a half later, letters to Great Lakes freighters get marked 48222 and get delivered on the boat that bears the Westcott name. And today, I get to go along on deliveries. I'm with Captain Bill Redding. He and the crew are picking up mail from a freighter that's getting fueled up on the Detroit River.
Okay, we're just going to be coming alongside the Manitowoc, which is currently tied up at the Mastursky fuel dock.
The process is low-tech, but effective. A pail is lowered to the Westcott with outgoing mail. If there was mail for the crew of the boat, it would go in the pail and get pulled back up. I'm just amazed to be standing right next to the hull of this enormous freighter.
Knock on it. How freaking solid that thing is.
Oh yeah, that thing's like touching concrete.
I'm already like a wide-eyed kid, but the Manitowoc was docked to fuel up. What the Westcott is known for is making deliveries to freighters that are moving, no matter the conditions. Brian Hakery started with the company only last year, but he's already seen the river get angry.
Did a delivery last year, delivered a crew member right off the Westcott here to a freighter down here, 8-foot swells, and you can see how far the bow was out of the water. It was going under.
Oh wow.
And we did a crew change with that right on here. It was like my third or fourth day here.
Welcome to the
It
job.
scared the crap out of me. But I came back the next day and been here ever since.
The Westcott will deliver just about anything the freighters need. They deliver a lot of packages, and they stock some essential supplies that sailors can't do without. They'll even deliver pizzas.
Yeah. They'll come down here and they'll order from a pizza joint right down the street, and then they'll deliver it to us. We take it and put it in their delivery box and send it right up the side of the ship on a rope.
I bet the guys love that.
Yeah.
Before we're back from the Manitowoc, another call comes in for mail.
Hey, good afternoon. This is the Victory here, about an hour below your station.
Okay, Victory, 1 hour below.
The tugboat Victory will be pushing a barge past in about an hour, and they're wondering if there's anything waiting for them.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you a shout back here in just a few minutes, Cap.
But there's another run to make before the Victory arrives. Captain Sam Buchanan is making sure all is well in the engine room with the Huron Belle. That's the boat we'll take out to meet the Esta des Gagnés. And this time, we'll make a delivery to a boat that's moving. But this time, we're not delivering mail. This ship needs a pilot. Ships coming into the Great Lakes from overseas have to take on a pilot to navigate. Pilots like Brett Walker are basically captains who specialize in steering through the Great Lakes.
I come over and introduce myself as the captain, and then I take over the navigation of the ship. They have their own skills for sure, but they can't be expected to know all the
nuance of every waterway.
Of all the waterway, and that's where we come in.
So pretty important, especially as you're winding through the river.
Well, we're cheap insurance for the public because we ensure that there's going to be no accidents, no groundings, no pollution, and it's at no cost to the government as it's all borne by the shipper.
Now we make our approach. The closer we get to the 400-foot Esta des Gagnés, the smaller the 50-foot Huron Belle feels. Captain Sam snugs the Huron Belle right up to the freighter's hull.
This is pretty much what I do all day. I run into things. I perform controlled collisions for the J.W. Westcott Company to the tune of, I've done it about 50,000 times, they figure. Now, they're not all controlled, unfortunately. No damage, just a little bump, to where, you feel it. If you can feel it, I kind of grade myself poorly. But, sometimes it's uncontrollable. If you have a really bad weather day, you're going to bounce up and down, and you just can't control that kind of stuff. But, fortunately, I've never done any damage or nothing significant.
It turns out delivering a pilot is a lot like delivering the mail. But instead of a pail, the crew of the freighter drops down a rope ladder, and the pilot climbs up. So we've delivered our pilot up onto the boat here, and he's going up to the bridge right now to go get the pilot that we're taking off. So they're doing a little bit of a changeover right here. You almost forget that we're moving right now. I mean, you look at the freighter and we're still, and then you look at the water and we're actually still cruising down the river. It's pretty cool. And watch them go up the ladder as we're underway. I mean, it's a lot more hair-raising than my job. Today, things are pretty calm. But can you imagine doing this with 6-foot waves? I think I'd call in sick. But for these guys, it's just another day at the office. So you guys deliver the mail and the freight, you deliver the pilots.
Yep.
Do you guys ever see anything like a rescue situation?
We've rescued so many people, I really should have kept count.
Really?
We've rescued quite a few people over the years. And, the last, I think, rescue we had was a fella, he jumped in up the river and all the rescue boats missed him. I don't know, it was nighttime out, so we heard somebody screaming from the river, so we took our boat out and got him.
So you just caught him like he was just passing and you... Oh, wow. There's no time to rest. The upbound tanker Algo Scotia needs a pilot, so we're making another run.
Oh, there, Algo Scotia. Yeah, hey there, just wanted to confirm your speed.
7.5 and drop.
This is pretty cool. Captain Sam brings the Huron Belle in for another perfect, controlled collision, and the pilot climbs aboard safely. Well, they said 7.5 knots, but seems like we're going faster. But then again, I've never been up next to a freighter flying through the river like this. I'm gonna take some of my own video real quick because this is cool. Look at that, that's so cool. Look at that's just awesome. As the freighter pulls up their ladder, we're passing under the Ambassador Bridge that connects the US and Canada. Yeah, I mean, that's so cool to go under, passing with the freighter, I mean, tied up, not even tied up, just nudged up along the freighter, going under the bridge. I mean, that's a sight you don't get to see very often. It's so cool. But remember the Victory, the tugboat that called for mail earlier? Well, it's about to pass by, pushing the barge Maumee. So it's back to the Westcott to deliver their mail. This is really fun. This is awesome.
Victory on 10.
Hey there, just confirming.
Like all sorts of, childhood
I will be
dreams being made right here.
Port side. Roger that. See you in a few.
We're gonna go to the port side fantail of the tug behind the barge. So we're gonna sneak up in behind the barge onto the tug.
If this barge looks like a freighter to you, that's because it was a freighter, before it was modified to be used as a self-unloading barge, integrated with the tug Victory, which pushes it from behind.
Just tell everybody to hang on. This is a harder maneuver than I normally do, and it gets pretty choppy.
It might be a tricky maneuver, but Captain Sam makes it look pretty easy. This time, the mail is handed over directly because the tug is a lot shorter than the freighter's hull. In a moment, we're clear, and Captain Sam and the tug exchange a farewell with their horns. So what are you telling each other?
Basically, that's a Great Lakes salute, or that's our way of just saying, thank you, see you next time. And we also use it as a safety tool to let him know that I am clear of him and ready to go.
And with that, my time with the crew is at an end, but I think I'll be back. I can't get enough of this.
The river speed is 10.4 knots.
For more from Great Lakes Now, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and follow us on social media.